Good morning, I'm Carmen Brown. Happy Saturday to you. Really glad to have you here as we cover this developing winter weather situation. So with that being said, let's get straight to meteorologists Ansley Parker and Alex Pry for the latest on what we're expecting.
Yeah, thank you so much, Carmen. Obviously, a lot of questions as we head into the rest of the day today and really overnight tonight, early tomorrow morning. So as you wake up this morning, you may be thinking, whoa, is it already here? It's not. We just have some cloud cover out there this morning, and similar to yesterday and the day before, through the day today, you may occasionally deal with a light shower or two. It's 47 degrees in downtown Dublin. Across the temperature map, this will be the graphic that we're watching all day long. That wedge pattern that we talk about so often will be building into the northeast portion of Georgia. As that sets up, it will set up our potential for winter weather as we head into the overnight hours tonight. So not here just yet. Temperatures across the board are in the low to mid 40s, down in our southern counties, the upper 40s. We will see a little bit of a temperature spread from the north to the south as we go throughout the rest of the day today. Winds will also be picking up as the wedge builds in. We'll have sustained winds 5 to 10 miles through the rest of this afternoon. Otherwise, Saturday itself going to be a fairly quiet day. You may have a light shower or two, but other than that, not much to focus on as we go throughout the afternoon. High temperature a little bit cooler than yesterday in the low 50s. So our satellite and radar right now is fairly quiet. Again, cloud cover as we look towards the north. That's where we're already starting to see some wintry mix. We will eventually start to see that in our area. Meteorologist Alex Pry is more with what we should expect heading into the overnight hours.
Exactly right. Just like Ansley said, the impacts aren't going to really roll in until we get into the overnight and early morning hours into tomorrow. So like Ansley was just saying, referring to that wintry mix category, that's going to be your freezing rain, and that's also going to be your sleet. That's going to be water that falls as a liquid. Sleet, it's going to start to freeze a little bit before it hits the surface. Those are those tiny little ice pellets that you will probably feel during a sleet shower. But the more area of concern is going to be your freezing rain. That is going to be water that falls as a liquid, but freezes once it hits the surface. But for the most part, throughout your Saturday afternoon, all you're going to be impacted by is just the occasional shower or two that will be there out and about. But now let's take a look at what we are expecting over the next 24 to maybe even 36 hours. Here's a look at your winter weather alerts where a ice storm warning is present all in northern Georgia, northeastern Georgia. That's going to be your purple shade that you do see with ice accumulations anywhere from 1/4 of an inch all the way up to an inch, which doesn't seem like that much, but it only takes 1/4 of an inch of ice to really impact things in terms of road conditions, in terms of power outages and downed trees. Central Georgia does find themselves, I'll go ahead and drag it back here a little bit to the beginning of this graphic, where we are looking at ice accumulations anywhere from just a light glaze all the way up to that 1/4 inch mark. So a winter weather advisory, which is new as of this morning. This just means that the onset of impacts are a little bit closer as opposed to that winter weather watch that we did have, and still anticipating the most confidence and impacts in our northernmost counties. So mainly north of Macon, encompassing central Georgia counties like Washington County, Hancock County, Baldwin County, Putnam, Jasper, Jones, Monroe, Pike, Lamar, Butts, and getting up into Spalding, which is a little bit outside of central Georgia, but that's where we are looking at the impacts as we go into tomorrow morning once again. But then as we transition into tomorrow afternoon, we have another form of severe weather risk, and this is going to be in the form of a thunderstorm outlook. So here's a look at your day 2 storm outlook, where areas down south of Macon now are seeing a low end level 1 out of 5 risk for a potential strong or severe storm. But the National Weather Service has highlighted the potential for maybe a brief tornado. That's typically a risk that we see with these level 1 risks all the time. So something we always look out for. More often than not, they don't come to fruition, but we can't let our guard down about it. But obviously, we will start to have a line of rain move through tomorrow afternoon. And the wedge setup that we are looking at building in this morning is expected to fall apart farther down to the south. So it's going to be a whole lot warmer, and things are also going to have a more conducive environment for some heavy showers and even a couple of rumbles of thunder. So it's a bit of a double whammy when it comes to your forecast as we go into Sunday. That's where we're really focusing on the most impacts. So we can go all the way through your county by county risk and things as we go into the next 24 hours. But once again, we are continuing to emphasize that today, less impacts than what we are going to see tomorrow. But we want to go ahead and keep you informed all throughout the day with any changes that we see to the forecast. And we'll continue to come to you live with updates all throughout this morning, afternoon, and into the evening.
All right, Alex, Ansley, thank you both so much. Now, you can continue to watch the radar 24/7 as winter weather moves into central Georgia. Just scan the QR code on your screen right now that you see there and stay up to the moment with current conditions as winter weather moves into our area. You can stay with us on 13 WMAZ Plus all day today for continuous storm updates.